I don't know. You could do whatever you want, Bob. Start it off. Bob, you start us
Don't
off.
say anything that might make the NSA angry.
No, say everything the NSA would be angry at.
Oh,
Do it.
okay, okay.
You're
well,
starting off the podcast,
let's.
Bob. Go.
Well, I'm a Rainbow Bob. You
No,
guys might know.
I wanted you to say something, not introduce yourself. No,
What?
you were supposed to say something. You were supposed to say something offensive, like child
Alex is
molester.
stupid.
Like Rarity
Oh, okay.
is funny. That's offensive.
I go out in the streets at night and beat up hobos
Okay, all right, that's a good one.
with an old shoe. Okay.
Okay, as opposed to a new shoe. You don't want to use your nice ones. You don't want to get your Nikes scuffed up on the homeless
Nikes aren't nice. What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, fine. You don't want to get your fucking.
Your Rockport leather shoes. I don't know.
There we go.
I
There
don't
we
know.
go.
I don't wear shoes, so I don't know good ones.
You have hooves.
No, I have hobbit feet. They're just
Oh,
really
me too.
thick. That's all.
I'm the scariest fucking thing I've ever seen. I go out in the streets at night and beat up hobos.
Bob, you're really quiet right now.
I am.
Okay, it's because you like leaned away or something.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I can hear him.
Oh,
I'm
it
in
was
my
really
lazy
quiet for
boy
me.
chair, man.
Anywho, we should probably fucking start off with like, this is the Seattle's Angels 29th episode edition.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I wish I could have been here for the 30th.
I know, if only. What a milestone, I guess.
No, I will be here for the 30th. Just you wait until next week. I'm
Well,
coming on no
the
matter
next
what.
It's every other two. It's every other. Anyways, and today we've got special guest Rainbow Boob, who everyone I'm
Totally
sure
did not
knows
just
because
rap off the street because we have nothing else.
exactly we had to scoop somebody off.
You either hate me, love me, or are indifferent. If you're indifferent, then go fuck yourself, because you gotta make a decision sometime.
Oh, hey, hang on. BP's got a good point here. He says we should talk about the obs petition entries.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that was fun! Alex, you have no right to laugh. You didn't even enter.
I didn't enter, so I haven't read any of them besides BP's. And all I can say about BP's is that I read it.
That we are supposed to be reviewers.
Well, I guess I can talk about
Okay,
mine.
I'll talk at length. Give me about an hour and a half, and I'll explain everything that's wrong with BP's story and how horrible and terrible it is. Maybe the worst thing I've ever read in my entire life.
I can probably sum up why mine's so bad in only a few sentences. Let's see. The name is By the Power of Patriotism. It's about George Washington going to Equestria every 4th of July to fight
wait, every 4th of July?
Yes, he literally becomes the element of patriotism because, in other words, there are different elements. In Equestria, there's just 6 of them because those are the elements that most apply to that world. But sometimes an element can be created in a climatic event, and Washington is the rare occasion where he actually became his element, patriotism.
Okay.
So now he's initially immortal, and the only way to die is for him to become one with the Tree of Harmony.
What?
But Celestia keeps on stopping him.
Wait. Let me start you over here because I need to understand what's going on in this.
Okay.
I read the story and I understood it perfectly, Alex.
Okay, but all I've had is so far me being explained, the story being explained to me, and all I saw was the title, which was and Bob explained to me what he was going to do before he wrote it, and my understanding is that you wrote it like right before the contest ended in like 5 minutes.
Hey. I had at least 2 hours. Jesus Christ.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So it was kind of like my Nixon fic, except I didn't base it around LOHV, or whatever the fuck it's called.
I just say low hat.
And let's see. I kind of couldn't make it a parody since parodies weren't allowed, so I made a parody of a parody.
Wait,
Yes.
what? How is that? You made a parody of parodies.
Alex, this story is so much like a parody, and yet it is not. That's the only way that I can explain it.
Okay.
Like I
You
said
know
in the
what?
chat, I just kept waiting for
Oh,
that one
shit.
sentence that would explain what the story was making fun of, but it just kept going deeper
Oh
and
dang,
deeper
we got Ray's Rainbow now.
into the
Other
crazy.
Rainbow.
At any point, did you say that they needed to
Nope,
go
I'm here now.
deeper?
Ah,
Raised.
Hey,
Oh
it's
God.
raised rainbow.
and Raz.
Hey.
Now it's a
Hey.
party.
And Roz, now it's a podcast.
Yeah.
Another white guy with long hair. Wow, we are so diverse.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hey, I am a redhead, all natural.
Okay, anyways. In the
Yes.
story, Celestial keeps on trying to stop him because if he does become one with the Tree of Harmony, Harmony will be disbalanced, and then Chaos will erupt to try and balance it out. And that comes in the form of an entire army of zombified British soldiers.
Wait.
Like, no.
Oh, right. I remember this when you explained to me. But redcoats
Yes,
were
yes.
involved.
The
All the
opposite,
zombie British
the,
troops.
the, the
And,
opposite of patriotism is zombies.
yeah, and then George Washington comes back down from heaven, I guess. I didn't really specify. Could have just made it into the Matrix if I wanted to.
Should have.
Yeah, and
That would have been a hell of a fic.
has a axe that kills the undead, a plasma gun, and a cyborg hand that he got from Ben Franklin. Oh my god, I made up
That
this
last
shit.
bit makes the most sense.
Jesus Christ! Did you write this like based off of Spinneret?
No, more like based off of Bill and Ted's Awesome Adventure, the
Excellent
sequel.
adventure. Yeah.
Excellent,
Oh,
excellent.
okay.
Yeah, and let's see. Then Washington starts fighting the British troops, going after the big guy who's the zombified King George. Fights him, teams up with Celestia, can't defeat him. Then Twilight comes in, using the element of magic, defeat George, and then all the zombies die, and good guys win.
All right. That sounds like a.
I
It sounds
kind
like a
of
thing that
have to-
happened.
And at the very end, Twilight. Oh yeah, and also this one part. Twilight wants to put a book tax on all the citizens of Ponyville because the Ponyville library got destroyed, so she has to spend her own money to get new books.
She
And
has
she
money.
Oh, well, she kind of steals money from the treasury, whatever.
Oh, I gotcha. So it's not her
And-
money, but all right.
Yeah. And she starts her own library. The thing is, Ponyville ponies are really shit with books. They mishand it so badly, or mishoof,
Okay.
whatever the fuck you want to call it. So she wants to put a book tax on the books for whoever wants to read them. They have to pay a tax for it. And Celeste kind of shoots it down at the beginning, but then in the epilogue, I kind of put in that it actually went through. And then all the ponies kind of revolted against Twilight, dumped all the books in the lake like a parody of the Boston Tea Party, and then most of Ponyville became illiterate because of that.
Wow, that's. I
Bob.
don't know whether to be angry at you or applaud you.
That's
I'm
basically
kind of
how most
upset
of my
that,
stories
that
end.
I haven't thought of this before.
It's and to write it all in the space of probably a couple hours is.
And the funny thing is, it spawned a shitstorm. Like, I'm not even kidding you, there
Why?
were people arguing for over 200 pages, 200 comments about this, about why America sucks or why it rules.
Oh my god. Anytime you write any kind of story with a political figure or a political ideology, immediately it becomes like a shitstorm. Like,
I know, and then they started posting pictures of an American flag being burned down, and then I had to walk in, it's like, no, let's back off, guys. Jesus Christ.
it's ridiculous.
I know,
I mean-
I didn't even make fun of George Washington. I
No,
put myself-
right. But it doesn't matter. It's just the very fact that you wrote him and then boom, it suddenly.
Well,
Like-
at least it wasn't as bad as Jesus. Oh, Jesus, poor Jesus.
Yes, that one was quite a shitstorm, wasn't it?
Oh, you would not believe. I actually, a whole bunch of people posted a bunch of amazing atheist YouTube videos, and I just found a guy link. Like a ridiculous amount.
Yeah, well,
Oh my
yeah.
God. It probably wasn't as bad as the shitstorm that went on your Aryan story, Alex.
Yes, that one.
Peregrine.
I mean,
don't know how to
I don't
pronounce
know if
that.
people just didn't read the story or what, but everybody was like
Half the
complaining.
people I asked who were arguing in the story of the Jesus fix said they didn't even read it.
Yeah,
They
so it
just wanted
sounds
to know
about
they were
right.
arguing.
It's like people just came in there and bitched that there was a character who had like a swastika and that she was a Nazi, even though in the story the whole point is that she's not a Nazi. She thinks that she's like racist, but she's not, and that was kind of the whole joke. And it's just, I don't,
The moral of the story is that fanfic is stupid.
yeah,
Well, we kind of knew this already.
I could have told you that. Yeah.
But the thing is, you think that's stupid, but then it surprises you with its stupidity. Like, you know that if you have a firework and it explodes, you know it's going to explode, but sometimes it does a huge explosion that kills a couple of people. You're like, holy
Okay,
shit.
what? What fireworks are you using?
The really
Black cats that I've
illegal
ever,
kind, duh.
I've
But
never
the moral
launched a
of this
black
story
cat.
is that when you expect something to be awful, it goes past your expectations. Which is why God keep your expectations really high.
Hang on, whoa. The moral of the story is to keep your expectations high when dealing with fanfic? Excuse
Keep your
me,
expectations of it being awful high, not of it being good. Keep those expectations as low as they can go.
Okay.
So always expect the
The worst.
best
Spanish
of the worst.
Inquisition,
Okay.
since no one ever expects it.
Okay.
Okay, so who else wrote an Ops petition story?
It was Red who did the Necro.
There was also Raz.
Oh yes, I wrote a thing.
Oh, Raz.
Yes,
Oh,
Roz,
Raz,
tell us
no, it's
about your
you.
thing.
The cute pony.
Well, I could tell you guys about it, but you should go read it instead.
No, just tell us about it.
Lame.
None of us
Wait,
have
I was
time
supposed to do promotion blog for it, and all the other stories I
You don't have
liked in
to,
the
like-
contest.
Okay, so you don't have to like spoil anything, but
Okay, well, but
just
basically,
like a basic premise.
there's like a, I guess you could say, a common idea in the fandom that the alicorns are super powerful, and
Superman.
because they're alicorns.
Sure.
So, kind of, you see things like there's ones who like manage the wind, manage the water. I created two that manage the acts of remembering and the acts of forgetting on the large scale. And this is basically their just discussion with each other.
Now, when you say
Wait, when you say the acts of forgetting and remembering, how deep does this rabbit hole go? Like, are there alicorns for?
I don't know. I didn't touch on them.
Are there
Well,
alicorns for banal conversation? Or
I have no
alicorns
idea.
for-
Alicorns for party trading.
I put it on a grand scale as I implied to things like geography.
You could just do
So these aren't-
type of alicorn thingies that control a bunch of different stuff or something.
There's like a specific alicorns for specific things.
But this isn't like a Discworld series
No.
of gods where there's a god of things
Oh
that
my
get stuck in
God.
drawers.
No.
Alex,
No.
why do you have to remind me of Discord?
Discworld.
I know. I've been meaning to
Same
get
thing.
the newest book. It was like it's kind of like a huge guidebook to an entire series, but I couldn't get it. Now I feel sad.
Huh. I've only read a couple of the books, and I haven't even finished
You
any
son
of
of
them
a
besides
bitch.
Thieves.
them
Which
all.
one was it? Guards is the only one I finished.
Oh.
So Raz, you're alicorns.
Yes.
Yes.
What about them?
I don't know. I was tossing the ball to you.
Oh, well, I kind of explained them.
Well, explain them harder.
You must go deeper.
All right.
So I must
Wait. Let me. So if I'm understanding correctly, your story is basically almost 5,000 words of them just having a conversation about their duties.
More one. More one in particular. He has a. Well, I guess I'll spoil it. He has he loves Princess Celestia,
Okay.
but because the two alicorns sort of exist on a temporal plane of existence where they can't really interact with reality, like directly.
Like Dungeons and Dragons shit.
Yes, they're like ghosts. They can't really do anything.
Okay.
But nah, he loves her, and he can't. He doesn't think that he can, I guess, live on with knowing that she dies. So he granted her immortality. To whatever. Just read it.
Okay. All right. I will read it. I did say I was going to read it, and as you know, I always read the things I say I'm going to read.
Yeah,
That's
I
one
know.
of my virtues.
I know, Alex.
Yeah.
Believe me.
If there's one thing that I do, it's read stories. Okay. Well then, Red, why don't you tell us about your story? Your story about necromancers and shit.
Necromancers. That's
God damn it. Yes.
Necromancers?
yeah, guys who bring.
They're Velcromancers.
Okay, let's go with that.
Well, but yeah, basically my story is about necromancy and alchemy and doing things that you shouldn't do because that's generally what happens when you deal with magic. Somebody does something that they really shouldn't have done, but they do it anyway.
Twilight messes up a
Twilight
spell.
fucked up a spell again, guys. Oh god.
This was actually kind of this is Human in Equestria and OC Alicorn because it's an actual human in Equestria trying to create his own Alicorn with the bones of dead ponies.
I'm actually surprised that Red went for the Human in Equestria. I thought you disliked it. Verily.
Well, I wanted to challenge myself, and I thought, you know, if anybody can make a good Human in Equestria story, it's me.
There's that overconfidence we all love.
Very, very modest of you.
I'm just stating it like it is, you know.
I just hate how everyone does this, so I'm going to do it better.
Yeah,
Exactly.
By
that's-
better, it's only better to me.
I
that's-
don't believe.
that is my exact motivation for like half of my stories.
I don't
Wait,
believe
you
in
guys,
challenging
it's
myself.
good
Motivation to
win
have
it.
because it gets you to write things.
Who do you think is going to win the contest?
Me, even though I
Not
didn't
me.
enter.
Probably one of the guys you would expect to win it.
I think
Yeah.
maybe Orch, since did a pretty bang up job. Yeah, I'm not giving up
Well-
hope on me since I think I'm one of the only ones that actually went for comedy.
Well, who's actually going to be judging the contest?
5 people. Thorax, Alex, the cooler one, Blue Shift, Obs.
Jake the Army guy.
Oh yeah, Jake the Army guy.
Okay, well,
There's like 6 people.
I can guarantee I
And
probably.
you have to read about over 60 stories, I think.
That
I
sounds
read
terrible.
like
Poor fucking
I read like
bastards.
5 of them, and I just started crying because they were so much better than mine. So
Yeah. See, I don't believe in challenging myself. I don't want to have to do any more work than would be minorly necessary of me. So I
That'll
saw
get
that
you ahead in life, Alex. That'll get you ahead in life.
So I'm not trying to get ahead. I'm just trying to stay even. Nobody said he's
until
getting
picks up
ahead.
no moss underwater or something.
I don't give a shit about getting ahead. I don't want to be ahead. I want to be right in the middle of the pack where I don't have to worry about being in the front and leading people. I don't have to be at the back and following everyone. I just kind of stay right there in the middle.
but you
That's
should
why
also read my
I
story
aim for mediocrity.
because it has a guy the guy eventually has to fight.
Well,
zombies.
you come to the right place then, since Finfic is filled with that shit.
Exactly. See, I'm right in my element.
Wait, I just noticed Raze has not talked yet. Raze,
Huh?
speak to us.
But
Say
Say
something.
things.
What's up?
Yeah, you're one of those famous people. So
famous?
Horse famous.
If I'd say that.
Yes,
You are
horse
horse
famous.
So
Which is better than
famous.
being regular famous.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
You're a story prover, so you're already like leagues above everyone.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm a
wait,
story
wait.
approver,
Tell us-
so-
Tell us stories of your story-approving adventures.
On a
Well-
scale of 1 to the Holocaust, how awful is it being a story approver?
I'd say it's about the level of the genocide in Cambodia.
All right, yes.
Oh god, why am I laughing at that?
The Khmer Rouge. I got
Yeah.
you. Okay.
I mean, I will admit that one in, I'd say about 200 or so is not terrible, but that doesn't, considering the amount that I've done, that's not a very good statistic.
Exactly right. I'm assuming you've done probably thousands at this point.
I'm actually kind of near the bottom, but I blame Meester doing everything around there.
Oh God, Meester. He must be so frustrated.
It's understandable why Meester hates everything because
He reads everything.
right.
Oh yeah, I was a nice, innocent summer child before I started approving stories, and now I'm just slowly becoming more and more cynical.
Right.
The internet corrupts all again.
You're the Arya of Fimfic.
Yeah, I am. I haven't written anything since I started approving stories, and I think that has something to do with it, honestly.
Holy shit.
Well, here's hoping you don't go off the bottle like Blue Shift did. God rest his soul. It took him about a year to get back here.
No, my liver's still functioning, so I have that going for me.
For now.
Yeah.
I got a question.
Give it a couple of years.
At this point, which tag do you hate the most because you're a story approver?
That's a good question.
That is a very good one.
I'm gonna take a guess and say it's either anthro or human.
Yeah, usually it's a combination. If you see anthro or human in the mature tag, usually it does not end well.
I have never.
Why do we still have
that I like that was both anthro and human at the same time.
How could you? I doesn't make so like is it human and equestria but with anthro ponies? Because then like why even bother at that point?
That's actually a very.
I know. I could get that. Like,
Alex.
if you have the human tag, that's basically what you have, and you should run with it. But adding anthro, that's just like you're not even making any differences between the ponies and humans. You're just giving them different colors.
Doing the human and anthro tag is literally having your cake and eating it too.
I also have to.
Why do you still have the
for
anthro tag?
humanized crossovers? I just don't like humanized crossovers for some reason. I like humanized. I like crossovers, but the two do not mesh well.
I hate both of those genres. I hate humans. I hate crossovers. Just
I've never
I thought you loved me.
What does that even mean? A humanized crossover?
Now, that's like you have Halo, but instead of the pony world, it's all the ponies are humans.
which is like
There's no purpose of the ponies anymore.
If I could
The only
quickly
way you could have a crossover with MOP was to interact with ponies or something different, but no.
right,
Just fucking
it
it up.
doesn't make any sense.
It's just removing it from pony by even one more by even another.
Right.
Degrees.
But I mean,
It'd be like if Fallout Equestria had all humanized characters, but then you're like, oh no, it's still ponies.
yeah, it doesn't make any. This is why.
It would probably make it even shittier. Oh god, I just called FOE shitty. Everyone's going to barrage me with hate now.
Yeah,
oh my god.
all of our viewers are big Fallout Equestria fans.
I really don't like Fallout Equestria.
I love you even more, Bob.
I've never.
Oh, thank God. Because the thing is, Fallout is a parody of the American lifestyle of the mid 1940s, with
And
a whole bunch
50s,
of comedy
mostly 50s.
and dark shit. And Fallout doesn't have any of that. It just has dark shit, and that gets boring after the first two chapters.
Hello there. What's going on here
Holy shit, we got so many people in here.
Saying why Fallout Equestria
This is a
sucks.
podcast.
Fallout Equestria doesn't suck, in my opinion.
Suddenly,
It does to me.
Britain.
So the
Yes.
Plum comes in
No,
and
some
defends
of the
Fallout
side
Equestria.
stories are okay, but the main story.
I'm not going to argue that the writing quality of Fallout Equestria was spectacular, because it really quite wasn't, but I don't know, I quite enjoyed it. Like,
You kind of gotta take what you can get with fanfic.
I feel
Yeah,
like I feel like it was really at the time it was a story that didn't, it was the only kind of story of its kind at the time, which is why it became so popular, and people have a lot of like nostalgia for it. I only read it probably like I read it the first like 2 chapters well after it came out, and I didn't care.
This is my exact feelings for that one story from Jetfire.
It's dangerous business.
Yes.
Yes. Oh god. Okay.
Okay. If we're gonna start talking shit about dangerous business,
So
Hey, Red, move your mic closer to your mouth.
I guess okay. Is the
Hello?
best way.
Yeah. You're there.
Oh,
We can hear you, Raz.
I'm that beard there.
I was talking to Red. That's
Red, whatever.
If we're gonna start
whoever it was, I
talking
could
shit
hear them.
about dangerous business, then I'm gonna have to start crunching nuts.
Wait, Red, you like Dangerous Business or you don't like it?
I do like it.
I
Oh,
like it.
I'm sorry then.
You should be.
Don't hate me, please.
He was
I
gonna
don't,
start nuts
I
anyway,
don't
Paul.
hate you, but you just I love you a little less now.
Well, the thing is, I went in thinking it would be the best fucking thing ever because everyone else was saying it. I was like, oh well, might as well see it. And then, kind of dropped the ball.
Well, that's the thing. There's a difference between it being a good fic or it living up to the hype sort of thing. Just
It
because
was a good
someone said,
fic. I won't deny that. It was a good
Oh.
fic. It wasn't the most amazing thing I've ever read, which kind of made me like it less. I don't know. It's kind of like nostalgia poisoned me because I didn't have it.
The fallacy of nostalgia. Once
I had a similar experience when I read the first like 2 or 3 chapters of Dangerous Business probably a year ago. Back when I still read things.
yeah.
And I mean, I thought it was
That
well
was back
written.
when Conan was a
I
novice.
kind of liked where it was going. I just never really continued because I just didn't care that much. But I mean, it seemed
I will
interesting
admit,
enough.
the first couple of chapters are not spectacular. It's the meat of it, the middle of it, where it gets really interesting, where like
Right.
Applejack is with the Earth Pony Nation and various other things.
Sure.
So,
I mean, it
the
had a
hook is not
decent
great.
enough hook, but after the first chapter, it was kind of like, it was really slow.
The thing is, the description pissed me off more than the story ever did.
Yeah, I remember you getting really upset about the description.
Oh, under the
Like-
FimFic description,
Yeah.
Lots of people
was-
complained
it
about
was-
it. A lot of people.
it really was pretty kind of asshole-ish.
because it
The way
wasn't
it was
in the
worded.
description,
And
right?
I didn't even know what the sequel was about because I couldn't even find that in the short description of that one.
Oh yeah, that one was like, there's a whole big thing, and then finally
This
at the
was
end.
kind of like how Fall Equestria got approved with only a teen rating.
But yeah, I
No,
mean,
you can't blame me for that.
I'm willing to chalk up Jetfire's description to him not understanding how FimFic works. But
Yeah.
still, it was kind of. I mean, even if he was writing it for Equestria Daily or whatever else, don't you'd think you would look at that and realize this seems kind of
Pointless.
arrogant and a little bit self-indulgent.
There's always the author notes. For Christ's sake, that's what they are supposed to be in.
I mean, like the shit he put up at the beginning, he could have put at the end, and I would have been much more okay with it. But like starting it off your description with saying how everybody already knows about this story is a little bit presumptuous.
Yeah.
Even if it's kind of true.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how
It's
true it is.
still
It's still
thing.
presumptuous and kind of dickish. No, I'm not calling Jetfire a dick, but
It was ignorance, I think, that killed the beast.
Arrogance. Yeah. Yeah. I still
Anyways.
enjoyed that, and I quite enjoyed Fallout Equestria. Like, as people have said, part of it is due to the fact that it was the first ever crossover that did anything approaching half decent, and it was
Yeah.
among the first stories which weren't like cupcakes, and it was a story from the early days of the fandom which barely featured the main six at all, which was another very rare thing.
yeah,
to see.
that was a.
Interesting enough, the nostalgia thing doesn't work on Milo Dashi at all.
My Little Dashi was just shit from day one for me. Yeah.
Right. The thing with that story is it just has a really interesting psychological effect on people. Where like
I am impressed at. It's probably the longest sad fic I ever read that actually kept up my attention the entire way through.
My Little Dashie.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't great, but it was okay.
One of the best sad fics that I ever, well, the two. If we're gonna talk sad fics, then we should mention Somewhere Only We Know,
Oh yeah.
Mm.
because I really think Patrick Poltergeist does not get the attention he deserves. He is a
Who?
great writer, and he's currently in the middle of
Exactly.
an incredible epic that is basically an adaptation of The Last Unicorn.
Oh yeah.
huh. Wait, what?
Oh,
was
that
cool.
guy.
Red
'Cause I
Squirrel,
love-
you're gonna
I
have
love
to
that
link
movie.
this guy's profile or something, or whatever.
Okay. See, this is what I mean. You guys.
Well, no, I
You know-
like
no,
I like
Red-
the last I like the last
Incredible
human.
author that I should know, but don't.
I like the last human read, but honestly, I didn't really read Somewhere Only We Know because it just doesn't really appeal.
Yeah, that's how I felt about it too.
Hmm.
My only exposure to it was through Rainbow Dash Presents, which was
I've never heard of The Last Unicorn until now.
wait,
Yeah.
what?
What?
Excuse me. Hold on. I think we do address this real quick. Bob, you haven't ever heard of The Last Unicorn?
No, probably not.
What the
It's-
fuck is
it's
wrong
like-
To
with
be
you?
fair,
It's
I
like
only
one of the.
I only heard of the last unicorn like a couple of years ago. Like it's
Guys, I don't know about
It
a
feels-
lot
it
of
feels-
things that would surprise you.
It-
I didn't know. Let's see. Before bronies, I didn't know what furries were. I thought it was a type of dog.
I bet you wish that you never learned more than that.
I
No,
hope
no. I
not.
slowly began to learn more. I found out that nodding means like where
oh god.
Let's not go there.
Yeah, let's stop
and
this.
it kind
before
of
it
come
goes-
out. Yeah, people were
Yeah.
surprised I didn't know
So
that.
the last
Like,
unicorn
months ago.
is
doggy.
basically one
Yeah.
of those cornerstones of fantasy, or at least that's what people will tell you if they've read it.
I've only ever seen the movie. I've never read the book, but I like the movie a lot.
Well,
And
I've
that
read-
song, oh man, that song. When the last eagle flies over the last
Over the
star
last
morning.
crumbling mountain.
Well, I've read
Exactly.
Lord of the Rings and Game of
Dude.
Thrones. Doesn't that count as anything?
It counts for everything.
Yay!
I feel like the last unicorn is a movie / book that a lot of people have heard of, but a lot of people haven't seen.
Like The Hobbit
Mm.
before the movie came out.
Yeah, sort of.
Or Lord of the
I
Rings.
used to read The Hobbit all the time. Like, I remember when I was like
I read-
7 or 8 years old or something. There was a fire drill, and everyone was lining up outside the school, and there was just me sat at the side of the playground reading The Hobbit.
Oh my god! Plum, I was that kid too.
I read The
Oh,
Hobbit
dear.
before. It was cool.
Also, I had comic
Right.
book. Interesting enough, I read the entire Narnia series in elementary school, like the first grade. Did not get any of it and figured it out it was shit. It's only recently that I read the entire series again and realized that the first grade me was right. It was shit.
I only read the first 2 Narnia books, but I saw all the old movies, the original ones
They
from
had
like the
old
80s.
movies.
Yeah, there was from like the 80s. They made all of them. They
was
made
it the
all of
same
them into
kind of
movies.
style like the old Hobbit movie?
It wasn't cartoon. It was live action.
Holy shit, that was a bit awful.
No, it was great. It was a lot like why am I drawing a blank? Oh my god.
The Wizard of
Never-Ending
Oz.
Story. It was a lot like Neverending Story,
Oh.
Oh.
which
Why-
I loved.
Wait,
Neverending
wait,
Story is
Skip
fantastic.
the first
What
movie.
are we
That's
talking
what
about?
the first book, I think. They always skip it. They always go to the Lion, the Wizard, and the Wardrobe.
Oh,
Yeah,
Wait, but yeah.
The Witch.
Although the first one was kind of shitty, so yeah.
right. I mean, there's a good reason why people switch right to the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. But
Oh, dear.
either way, the original movies are pretty interesting. I like them. But I mean, that was when I was a kid. I haven't watched them in 15 years, so.
It's
Oh, how
entirely
the
possible
time
they're
goes
shit.
by. I wonder what the younger you would think of you now, Alex.
Laugh, cry
Uh,
at one point and laugh.
well, yeah. I mean, a 7-year-old me would probably think that 22-year-old me is a douchebag. But although 7-year-old me wouldn't know what that is yet, so maybe not.
When did you find out what a douchebag was?
When I was probably like 9 or 10,
Oh wow, you were growing up fast.
right? Man, I used to play. So I used to play football, right? American football, not soccer.
Glad
And
you
The
clarified.
non-shitty version. Okay.
right, well, Sid Plum was here, so I had to specify just so he knew.
You could just
Plum,
said
you're
Panda,
special.
We can all understand. it.
And we had a coach. I was like probably 12 or 13, and we had this coach who was probably like 22, 23, and he would just teach us all these really horrible like sex positions and stuff. And he would teach us like these 12 and 13 year old kids. And he was eventually fired.
Is this
Oh,
like?
okay.
Is this the sort of teacher which holds penis inspection day or whatever?
No, he wasn't.
What the fuck?
He was just the kind of guy who was trying to act cool by teaching kids about like the kind of shit that people don't actually do. Like there was the Superman where you like
Oh god.
I think I might know this one.
Yeah, where you're doing it from behind and you pull out and then come all over her back and then throw a bed sheet on.
Wait, wait,
That
wait.
was
I
Superman.
know about the coming on the back part, but the bed sheet, seriously, that would ruin the bed sheet. What does he
No,
think?
because that's the Superman.
That's the
Then she has a
cape.
cape. That's the point.
That's not
Anyways,
fun. You
there was
need a
all these
bunch
other
of
different
software to
things.
get semen out.
There was all these different
that's
things.
married man Bob talking there. Oh, they're gonna ruin the sheets doing that.
Hey now, I worked in a laundromat for a long time, and I know that getting semen
Please,
out.
Saw some shit.
Bob, please tell me since you're in Florida that it was a Chinese laundromat.
No, my dad owned it.
Damn it! Damn it! I don't
Eventually,
care
I
then.
stopped working there and worked on a gator farm somewhere outside of the city. And
you
I was
afford
one
any
of the
more
few people that didn't have all his fingers bitten off, so I was called Tens.
Okay. God damn
I
it.
kid you not.
Please
my
tell
nickname
me you
was
have
Ten.
like an interesting story from working at the gator farm.
Oh,
He has many.
there-
He has,
oh,
he has, no, no,
Story
Alex,
from
you don't understand.
the
oh, okay, I got a good one. First day.
Wait. What are you saying? What are you saying, Plum?
I was going to say that a while ago, I basically found out that Bob has a friend who is basically like Keith from Left 4 Dead. You know,
Oh my
Ellis's
God!
friend.
That's right. Yeah, I
Oh,
remember him
yeah,
talking about
Kyle.
that. No, yeah. It was no Ellis. Ellis is his name.
No,
I don't know what happened to
Bob
Kyle,
is
actually.
like Ellis. Bob is like Ellis.
Oh,
he has a
oh,
friend
right,
called
his friend
Keith
is
who does
Keith.
crazy shit.
Yeah.
Like who
oh
makes
man, me and
fireworks
Keith
out of
one
gasoline.
time we were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
I
Ellis.
lost
Ellis is my
touch,
favorite character.
and I think he might be dead since when I went to his old house. It was... And the thing is, Kyle has been living by himself since he's 14, so I don't know if he's dead or not.
Okay, sure, all right.
Right.
Anyways, first day on the gator farm, they made me brush down this one female gator.
Of
Her
course.
name was Sasha. And they said, talk to her, have fun with her, just be friendly. I'm
Whoa,
like,
what?
okay. And I kind of grew attached to this gator because she was pretty chill.
Well,
And I
yeah,
liked it.
Sasha's a good name for a gator.
Yeah, and then the
I
next
ship
day,
it.
when I came
I ship
in,
it.
and they said, okay, clean up this other gator, Sasha. And I'm like, Sasha again? And I was like, no, this is other Sasha. And I asked what happened to the old Sasha. And they're like, she's dead. And I stood there for about 10 seconds and was like, say what? They're like, yeah, we killed her. Her meat is being shipped to
Jesus Christ.
Georgia right now. If you want to see her skin, we have it draped on the table over there.
Oh my God.
So what they did was they made me get attached to a gator they would kill the next day,
Oh my
Lovely.
God.
and
Oh,
that's
Lord,
how
that's a
I
great egg.
kind of stopped
That's how
treating
you
gators
learned
as
never to
friends
steal
and just
again?
treat them like livestock. It was a really grisly process that took away the last of my innocence.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
If you'd like to
But
see her
will
skin, we
tell
have
you
it
one
next
thing.
to the coffee table.
I was
If
hoping
you
you were
look
going
at
to
the
say that
gator
you like
bar,
went
got all
over
the
and
meat on half price. I gotta tell you, crunchy tasted more chewy than crunchy.
I bet it tasted very fishy too.
No, surprisingly, alligators don't really taste that fishy. It's like a
Really?
mix of turkey and pork with the consistency of shrimp.
That is
I
weird.
found gator pretty tough when I ate it.
Yeah, it's a tough meat to eat unless you fry it. If you fry it, put it in a taco, fucking delicious. Better than buffalo wings.
That's the American answer to everything. The
Yeah,
American
right.
answer to
Fry
everything
it,
is
eat it,
fry it and put it in a taco.
Oh dear. No, I never had crocodile. I have had.
Yeah, but you don't have
Camel and
crocodiles in Britain. Where are you
kangaroo.
going to get them?
Crocodile taste is like shit compared to
I've had
gator.
kangaroo, so you know.
Oh, yeah,
I have
kangaroo is
had
like-
strange meats.
I
I
had
have eaten a bunch of weird stuff in my day.
yeah. I think probably the weirdest thing I ever had was chicken feet one time.
Oh, do you know what I had that was
Wait,
really
did you eat
nice?
the chicken
It
feet
was-
while they were still in the
Chicken-
yolk? The unborn chicken feet?
No, oh god,
Yeah,
that was like that was
Oh,
a Chinese
that
thing,
delicacy.
isn't it?
No, it's not Chinese. It's a different Asian thing.
Was it Thai?
Maybe.
I think it might be Korean.
It's a mainstay of dim sum places.
So it must
Yeah.
be Korean then.
Yeah.
Okay,
Korean.
let's see. Horse meat is really stringy, but once you get
Yeah.
past that, it's almost
Horse
like
meat
A lot of
quite
muscle. A lot of muscle.
Yeah.
Wikipedia tells us that
Well,
chicken feet are eaten in China, Indonesia, Korea, Malaysia, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, South Africa, Peru, Mexico, the Philippines, the Middle East, and Vietnam.
What was
And
really weird
Alex's
to
house.
me,
Vietnam.
what was really weird to me about chicken feet is they like deep fried them, and then like once you get past the outer coating of the deep frying, you realize there's not really any meat or anything to eat on a chicken foot. It's just like skin around bones.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Yeah.
those chips that are made out of like fried pork fat
Yeah,
or
pork rinds.
Pork rinds.
Except this was like, but the thing is, like when because I went to Flushing, New York with my Chinese friend, and Flushing, New York is basically like the real Chinatown where everybody only speaks Chinese.
Hmm.
And we went to this like restaurant where they had like a big lazy Susan table where they like spin it around to do like the family style serving, and they bring out this big bowl of, at the time I thought was, I don't know what I thought it was, but it was just a bunch of like fried things. And I pulled one out and I'm like, is this a chicken foot? Because it's like the whole fucking foot. Like they just cut it off where the orange part of a chicken foot ends, and then just threw it into like batter, I guess, and then bam, done.
Oh man, I'm so fucking hungry right
And
now. Go for some of those.
so there was like a big bowl of chicken feet, and I'm like, are these chicken feet? My friend's like, yeah, just go ahead and eat them. They're fine. And I don't know. It wasn't like there was anything to eat. It was mostly like you spent most of your time just spitting bones out because there's like 1,000 little tiny bones in these things.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Like when I was in Australia, I was determined to try as much stuff as possible. So I tried like kangaroo and camel and stuff like that. But the weirdest thing I probably ate was
Kangaroo tasted really fatty to me.
kangaroo. Was alright.
Oh,
We had kangaroo steak and camel pie because of reasons.
Oh, you had it for steak? I had it in kebabs.
Yeah, but no. Anyway,
You didn't have any camel
the
toe?
weirdest thing I ate. No, we did not have any camel toe. The weirdest thing I ate was probably curried caterpillars, and they turned out okay.
Really? That sounds like that'd be okay, because caterpillars are kind of...
Caterpillars.
I play the guitar, and I was in a guitar group, like an acoustic guitar group with a bunch of people, and the guy running it, called Mr. Curry, was
Christ.
eccentric. He was,
With a name like that, how could he not be?
yeah, he was a very cool guy, but he was nothing if not a bit active. And every now and again, he would bring in like random weird food, like curried caterpillars, chocolate-covered ants was another
Oh, yeah,
one.
I've had that before.
Yeah, that was just it's like the
Yeah.
chocolate was nice and the ants were okay, but it's like you wouldn't have chocolate-covered chicken or something.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
basically like, it's just a novelty food. It doesn't really taste like anything besides chocolate.
Yeah, the ants themselves were okay though, because we had ants like a separate time, which was okay.
I
But
think
yeah,
the
so-
weirdest food
Go
I
on.
ever ate was bull balls.
Bull testicles, okay.
Yeah, they boiled them
Oh.
up. And I didn't even know they were
Yeah.
bull balls at first. I just ate them.
They
I
call
should
them
really ask what I eat before I eat it, but yeah, I did that, and they were really good actually.
blue oysters, right?
Yes, that's the name.
word
of
for
them.
them.
They were way bigger than you think they'd be.
They're fucking.
I think they're pretty fucking
Have you
big.
seen a bull before? Bulls
I
are
was thinking it would only be like marginally bigger, but holy fuck!
no,
you
they're
can
giant.
think in your mouth.
Mhm. They are pretty damn big.
Yeah. And I've heard that pig testicles are even bigger.
Proportionally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
proportionally.
Well, this has been a weird conversation.
Seattle's Angels. Sometimes we review pig testicles.
Yes.
Comparative testicle
I
size.
still say that the pigs in My Little Pony are actually a secret overlord race that rules the ponies and enjoy their life of luxury by rolling around in mud.
They are basically the
Right.
MP
There's-
of the lizard.
I don't think we haven't met Snowball yet in My Little Pony, but he's there.
Oh,
I guarantee you,
he's there.
Snowball's there.
He's probably getting the Diamond Dogs to rebel.
Well, all the ponies are being sent to glue factories.
I never did find out. Wait, why were horses ever sent to glue factories in the first place?
Because
Because
they're
they
made into glue.
Make glue.
yeah,
What did it use like their milk or their semen?
the hooves.
No, yeah.
Oh,
So they're
wow,
basically
I
killed.
thought it was something different.
Yeah, they're basically killed, and they would use their hooves to make glue. It's how they did it for a long fucking time.
Okay, I
Volcanic
was thinking it was
gelatin.
either milk or like sperm or something.
No.
What? Because it's white?
Yeah, I ate a shitload of glue in elementary school. Like a
That's
whole bunch. You would not even believe how much I ate.
that
Like, you know
explains a
those
lot.
types you would squeeze into a fine line on the paper? I just uncork that and just chug it.
Well, I mean, if you're having like
This
Elmer's glue, that's not
explains an
horses
awful
anymore.
lot, Bob. Mm.
Still, I thought it was like made out of horses, and I thought I was eating horse by like eating horse milk by sipping the
Technically,
glue.
you're eating the connective tissue, which is
Yeah.
basically why the glue is sticky.
Okay, that still doesn't make me feel any better about how much of an asshole I was back then.
Well, you're still an asshole now, kind of. So.
Yeah.
But
All
you're
assholes.
a lovable asshole.
Raz loves himself a bit of asshole.
Sugar cubes.
Raz is a cute pony that deserves all the sugar cubes.
Yes.
Oh dear.
Raz's
So what did I
avatar
miss
is
while I was away?
What?
What did I miss while I was
Oh,
away?
we talked about how awesome I am and all other good
We talked
qualities
about how
myself.
much we all write stories and how we're all good at it.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Plum doesn't write. Plum, you
Yes,
should
That was a
write.
joke.
Do you not know that I am secretly Wonder D?
What?
Have you ever seen
What?
the two of us in a
What?
room together? No, I thought not.
Oh my god.
Ah, dear. Is Alex actually dead? Because he's frozen on my screen for like the past 5 minutes.
with the most hilarious expression on his face.
Yeah. So yeah,
Let me
Alex is
see.
actually
All I
dead.
see is
Okay.
faffing. No faffing, actually. Alex, are you dead? Can I have all your stuff if you are? Yeah, he
he's
dead.
Yeah, he dead.
He dead.
Okay, moving on.
Okay, Raised, are you
Take
dead?
his body to the glue factory.
Am I dead?
Raised is alive.
Raised is okay.
Yeah, I'm not dead.
Yay, he's not dead.
Ah,
Plum, did
dear.
you say hi to Raised? Don't be rude, man.
Did I not say hi?
Say hi
Hi,
to-
Raised. Hi.
Hello.
Oh, Raised, I have a
Welcome to the
question.
show. Go
Oh
on.
boy.
How goes the sequel to In a Dark Wind Blows?
Pass.
Don't make him cry.
Pass. Ask a friend.
Oh.
50-50. Yes or no?
Raised, your voice is much more southern than I thought it would be.
Yeah, well, I am from about as redneck of a town as you can come from, so I guess it just comes naturally.
Georgia?
No, South Carolina.
Oh god, even worse.
I know. It's terrible.
First rebellers.
Oh dear.
I
It's funny how
apologize for
America works,
everything my
because-
state's ever done.
Most of the southern states are mid-south. More southern you go, the less southern you are. Kind of. Like, Texas, it's called a southern state, but by now it's way more modernized than you'd think.
Depending on where you get.
Yeah, I
Texas
guess,
is-
but
Yeah, there are some parts of Texas that
Really
are
not
just
south.
like you could think you're in New York City, and then you could think you're like in the Everglades. Texas is just everything.
But then there's
Texas is
California,
very strange.
who is not southern at fucking all.
That's why
That's
you got
true.
Northern California and Southern California.
I've been to Southern California, man. Jesus Christ, it was an awful time.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Spent
People
the
are
first
way
10
more
years of my
lenient
life
on
there.
dress code over there. Listen, sea of short shorts on guys, specifically.
I think look, I've been to America twice, and the only place I've been Baltimore, and the other time we just sort of rented an RV and drove around the California area. There are some strange places in California.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't believe.
Considering that most of California was started by prospectors going to dig up gold, then a bunch of prostitutes, then yeah.
Gold diggers and gold diggers. There we go.
Yeah.
That's my joke for the night. I might as well leave now.
No, Plum, you could do more jokes. Dig deep down within yourself, past the cyanide pit of your heart. Or, wait, it's not cyanide, is it?
No. The coating of the stone of a plum is covered in a cyanide-based.
Okay, I was right. Yay, science.
Yeah, yay biology.
Yay.
Yeah. Oh dear. I do like this sort of narrative that we've got going on in the latest couple of rounds. Like, whatever it was, core writing thing. That really
Everyone,
makes me.
you mean basically how Alex is yelling at everybody?
Yeah, I did like
Alex
that.
says,
And
"Go."
how I'm consistently turned into a plum for some reason.
Oh yeah, well, everyone's being turned into fruit.
I've been
I
literally a
bought
squirrel
a
for
bunch
like
of dry plums.
10 rounds, so
Yeah, I think you've been literally a squirrel the entirety you've been in the Angels, if I'm not mistaken.
true. Very
Whatever
true.
happened to Seattle Light anyhow?
He's
He's still
off and
around.
on.
He's still around.
He
Yeah.
pops into the admin chat from time to time.
He
And
just, he
says
just,
howdy.
he basically shows up to make sure we haven't burned everything down.
Hmm.
I
And
think
then
the one time we ever
he's
talked
also going
was,
to Everfree Northwest, I've heard.
Oh, really? Interesting.
oh,
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea what he does with it, like in the rest of the time, because I know he turns up in like one of the Chan threads every now and again, but beyond that, I have no clue where he goes.
Yeah, he's like disappears from Fiction for like weeks at a time.
Hmm.
the only interaction I've had with him was he talked to me about one fic I submitted to EQD, and he helped me fix it up against, and then posted it, which I thought was pretty cool. I
Nice.
did not know he
That's
was an
nice.
EQD approver or something.
Hmm.
Seattle Light is good peoples.
Very true.
He is
I got a very strange PM like a couple of hours before you all set this podcast up. Like someone who I've never heard of before. He's following 0 people, has 0 people following them, has no profile picture, no blogs, no stories, and a handful of favorites. Just messaged me out of the blue in order to try and recruit me into helping them write a story. And I was a bit nonplussed.
that happened to you too.
When was the account created?
A year ago, so it's not like a freshly made alt account, but I'm still a bit mildly suspicious. Considering, like, even his profile page, he's gotten rid of all the modules that he can, so it's just his little bio box in the corner, so I have no idea what to make of this character.
From a guy who's had this happen to him a bunch of times, don't trust it. Just don't trust it at all. You'll get fucked over.
Usually whenever I get solicitations to help edit things from people I don't know, I just kind of ignore them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, they can send you a link to a document that you think is a document, but is actually secretly hidden up as a picture of something else.
Oh, Bobby.
What I'm basically saying is he can send you a picture of something really disgusting that you think is just a doc to help him edit with.
Lovely. How lovely.
It's happened to me five fucking times. Never learned from it.
How often do you get PMs, Bob? Like,
I get a bunch of strange PMs, man. A bunch of strange PMs.
I get strange PMs, but I only get like one every few months. Like, I remember my first PM ever was someone telling me to shut the fuck up with 11 exclamation points on the end.
11?
So,
Only
Yeah.
11.
Just out of context, just the words, shut the fuck up.
this was a few years ago, and I'd written a comment on someone's story saying that I didn't like the story, and it's not the author who sent me this PM, it's someone else who did like the story, sent me a message saying shut the fuck up with 11 exclamation marks with shut the fuck up as the title as well. So they were
Oh my god, I just found my first PM ever. Okay, let's see. Thanks for the fave, much appreciated.
That's underwhelming.
And then the next one was, shit, that was fast. I just uploaded a chapter like 2 minutes ago, Rainbow Derp.
Rainbow Dub. Most of my PMs have got to be something to do with the World Building Alliance, because I did end up sending a shit ton of them.
Oh, my first PM
Oh
was,
my god, World Building
was some
Alliance.
guy, Red, like this. My first PM was some guy who was role-playing Khan from Metro 2033, asking me for my Steam account ID.
Wait, Khan from Metro 2033?
Yeah, some guy was role-playing him, asking me for my Steam account ID.
This is the vaguely religious guy who guides you through the shadow tunnels, right?
Yes.
I love it when
Hey.
people
And I'm just like,
games.
no.
That's an unusual character to pick.
And then, okay, I follow up with, not every day some random stranger suddenly wants to be my friend. It's like, I'm not talking anything about friends. This is for the convenience of talking to you. I don't even know this guy.
Oh dear.
Femfic is a strange, disgusting, dirty, awful, yet
And
keep on
hilarious
going
place.
back their place. It's like a drug.
Hmm.
I've actually had
dear.
people describe ponies and writing stories as a literal drug for them.
I've heard ponies being called a drug. That's not that uncommon.
Ponies, not even
So,
one.
does anybody watching have any questions for us?
Yes, that's a good thing.
Look at any
We'll have
questions.
about 20 minutes-ish to go.
Oh, I should check the YouTube thing. Did we put a thread up? Because I didn't see one.
No, I don't think so.
Do we
we
prefer the
like
term horse words or
Oh,
pony,
fuck.
pony, pony words? Horse words, of course.
I ignored Skype this entire time. 15
It's
new
called
messages
Box.
over chat.
15. No.
Nobody in the chat is really talking about us anymore, so...
Oh, well.
Oh, I thought we were cool. Guys, we gotta step it up, man.
People
Raise.
are discussing
Crazy.
their first PMs and stuff like that, so. How long ago was my first PM? 108 weeks ago, Jesus Christ.
126.
February 2012 is when I joined, so.
I joined in August 2011, I believe.
I joined in May 2012 and in November.
Yeah.
My first PM is
No,
121
March,
ago,
actually.
advertising the Art for Fanfiction group.
I joined the site slightly after you.
Yeah, like I remember seeing the EQD post where they first advertised Finfic and thinking, well, this thing is going to crash and burn in like a week, and ignoring it.
Oh, wow.
And then a few months later, I was like, oh, it's still alive. Might as well check it out then. So,
I just noticed that even though that Femfic has been around way shorter than EQD has, it has a way better comment system.
yeah, EQD
Yeah.
comments are quite legendary. They are
They
something.
are shitty from what I've had from them.
They are something else.
They are 20% cooler in every regard.
Excellent.
And I must bid you all farewell, because I have to have things done.
Has to
No,
have things
don't.
done.
Be lazy like us.
Raz, why?
Middle of the podcast, Raz.
Oh, right.
Raz, why do you do this?
This is the thing you have to do.
I'll just leave myself logged in. You guys do your stuff.
Wait, so does anyone else have the ability to end the podcast?
I think Alex was responsible for that, and now he's dead.
So
I guess we
No,
just gotta keep talking forever.
Yeah.
you guys are like half an hour left. I should be back in time.
Okay. Love you.
Wow. This is the greatest podcast we've ever done. Jesus Christ. Oh dear.
Well, I guess it's just us.
Mhm. Sorry, I
It's
was.
not really our fault. I mean, the guys who did the reviews are usually the ones who can never make the podcasts.
Yeah.
So...
Like both Ambient and Core are effectively dead to the world 90% of the time. Like that was the big problem with this round, wasn't it? Because we had one of them alive at basically all points, but never both on at once. So they couldn't sort anything out. Seattle's Angels has joined the video call. Is that Alex coming back?
Hey, I'm back.
Hey!
Hey!
Hey, my computer crashed.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah.
Your face froze in a very odd position.
Really? I'll have to see what it is.
You were like
Yeah.
looking off into the distance with this vaguely satisfied look on your face.
I must go now. My people need me.
Quite. Oh dear. Raz is dead now, by the
Oh
way.
no.
Yeah.
too
Officially
bad.
dead.
I really liked Raz. That's.
Do you know
Oh,
what
well.
I saw something a couple of weeks ago and it was really fucking freaky.
Okay.
Where someone was playing like Dota 2, like live streaming it on Twitch.tv or something, and they had their little face cam in the corner, and
Uh-huh.
they were robbed live on Twitch.tv. Like a man, like you saw them,
Man.
hit the
Oh
floor.
my
You saw them
god.
hit the floor, and a man came in with the handgun and started taking things from the room.
What
like,
the fuck?
Jesus.
I know.
Are you?
right.
Are we sure it wasn't staged? Because that sounds like something somebody would stage.
No, that someone found the news report of the guys being arrested. Like, it was a
Wow.
genuine break-in
That-
while someone was streaming on Twitch.
That is
That is why you should be constantly streaming 24/7 in case of
exactly.
Yeah. like,
Oh wait, Alex is back. Alex,
Yes,
we didn't
I
introduce
how observant. But no,
Slow
like,
on the uptake,
man-
Bob over here.
Yeah, but like,
That's
there's a point where they actually stole the computer and the webcam. You just saw him reach over to get the webcam, and his stream ended. Like, Jesus Christ, this is
What the
like nightmare
you
shit.
ever.
that is
There was a very sad story of a Chinese kid who watched his girlfriend get murdered on Skype.
Oh Jesus, why do you have to do that?
Christ. I
That's something else.
boy, yeah. Have I told the story about speaking of kids being murdered?
Fun conversation, please.
Have I told the story about have you guys all seen RoboCop 2, right? Or at least okay, probably not. But you've all seen Land Before Time, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't trust anyone who hasn't.
I feel the same way.
Fucking
Anybody
true
who's not
stars.
seen a Don Bluth movie should be killed. Uh,
Right,
it's either
carry
that
on.
or all dogs go to heaven.
Yeah.
So the kid who voiced Littlefoot, he was a long
yeah.
neck. The kid who voiced Littlefoot was in RoboCop 2 as a gang leader of a bunch of children, and that has nothing to do with the rest of the story. The rest of the story is that the girl who voiced Ducky
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. That's
was murdered by her father,
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
and their house burned, and then he burned their house down. He murdered his wife and his daughter. So
Oh
Yeah,
my
and,
Jesus.
Her tombstone says, "We'll always miss you." Yep, yep, yep.
yeah, exactly.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's pretty depressing, but
It's pretty goddamn depressing. So.
I
That's
will
almost
say
like
they went on to make 37 more Land Before Time movies. So I guess they got over it.
I will also say that they did catch the guy who committed the Skype murder, so there's that.
That's
There
good.
is,
Okay. I actually have
That's
to
so
go
close.
and clean up some vomit my dog put on a carpet.
I'll tell you what. Something happened the other night. Like, someone in the house accidentally left the gas on the oven overnight, and I didn't
Good thing
notice
it's not dog.
because and both the dogs were downstairs and they ended up throwing up because gas.
Yeah, that's right.
Um,
Yeah.
We only noticed when my mum woke up with a pounding headache and went downstairs, turned it off, and the only reason why I wasn't fucking dead was because my window was open.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You should
Yeah.
invest in an electrical stove, Plum.
We have an electrical stove. We got two. So.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of paranoid about gas appliances.
Yeah. Like,
Well,
we don't even
obviously,
know who
yeah,
left it
you
on.
can go
time-
No-
every Every time my family has a barbecue, and my dad's like, "Hey, go get the gas for the thing," I'm just freaking out the entire time that I'll drop it and it'll just like randomly explode and kill me.
Oh, dear. It's like,
So wait,
Sure.
so nobody figured out who left the oven on?
no, because, like, it was one of the stovetop, like, hobs,
Right,
One of
right.
them had been
Well,
left on.
maybe.
No one had touched them all of yesterday.
Huh.
So,
Well, I don't know for sure, but maybe, and this is just a hunch, maybe somebody was trying to kill you hot fuzz style.
oh god. Put some baked beans on, fake a breakfast, and
Exactly.
then blow up
Yep.
the whole house.
And then blow up the whole house.
Yeah. Oh dear. But yeah, that's
I mean,
what
it's either
happened
that
on
or
the-
it's either that or push a spire on top of your head. So
Oh Jesus! I remember the first time I saw that scene, it fucking scarred me. Jesus
right,
Christ.
it's pretty violent.
It's pretty fucking brutal.
My favorite is when they take the shears and jab it right into that lady's throat.
Oh god,
She just-
yeah.
She just like turns to the fucking window and starts spraying blood everywhere.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about Hot Fuzz, one of the greatest movies of all time.
It's
Absolutely.
fantastic.
It really is. Anyone who hasn't seen Hot Fuzz, go fucking see it. It's brilliant. Like anything with Peg and Frost is gonna be great.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh dear. But no, like that's what happened during the first week of me moving into a new house.
You almost
Yay!
died.
Yeah. Ugh. And now Berry likes
Oh.
to sleep upstairs because she doesn't like throwing up. She's
Yeah.
an alright girl.
Is that 2 dogs on your bed or just the one? Oh, the
Just
other one's
the one.
it looks like a shirt or something.
Yeah. The other dog's somewhere else. He doesn't like sleeping with her because she's a bully. Like, my other dog he raised her and he's sort of like looking after her and everything. She's a bitch. She will
Ah.
absolutely wreck his shit if she wants to. Oh dear. Ow. No, near-death story. Quite.
Yeah.
Dear. Still waiting for questions from the Skype group. You're all
Apparently.
fucking lazy.
Fucking nobody. What were we talking about right when I left? We were talking about. I think we were talking about alligator meat and stuff like that.
Yeah, strange foods.
Right? Yeah. Shit.
What about raised? What's the strangest thing you've ever eaten raised?
Unfortunately, I can't say I've really eaten anything that falls in the line of strange food.
Yeah.
Fair
That's-
enough.
Uh,
To be
oh,
fair,
uh,
go on.
oh, I was gonna say about being a story approver. Like,
Yeah.
so we already talked about how horrible it was, but is there anything you like about it?
Well, eh,
Okay, all right.
I mean, there are some things about it that are. I mean, I kind of gotta admit I like it whenever someone will thank me for approving something. Or
Really?
something. I mean, it's nice to. I mean, because people don't need to do that, but I mean, it's just nice for someone to be appreciate what you're doing.
Like, 'cause
I
I never
guess.
really thought about doing that because I always thought it'd be like bothersome.
Yeah.
But
Well, I kind of feel bad because I never reply to them whenever they say thank you.
oh
You
well.
are too cool for them.
Yeah.
Exactly. You got to maintain a certain aloofness.
Yeah.
Very true. Oh dear.
Which
One day we should
that-
get Meester in here because he'll just turn up with those fucking dancing eagle gifs that he always uses. But I found the original video that they came from the other day. It's about as weird as you'd expect. The title is "Welcome to Japan" or something like that. So, you know, whatever follows that title is going to be an odd video.
a little
Dear.
bit.
A little bit.
One guy. This has nothing to do with anything, but I was just thinking about it because I was checking FimFic. This one guy went and commented on like 3 or 4 of my different stories of mine, all with YouTube videos of people, the same people doing readings of all these different stories. And I listened to like 2 of them, and I can't tell if these people hate me or love me, but they've done several of my stories. And
I's back.
Hello.
hey,
That was like 10
Bob's
minutes.
dead.
You were going away.
Yep. Oh, hey, I see Alex ate dog again.
Yep.
yes, I'm back. Oh, hang on. Flash has a question.
Oh god, here we go.
Do you think the show might ever have a conflict between 2 of the main 6, go unresolved for a few episodes, and have it affect how they interact until it's resolved? No.
Nope.
Yeah, no.
No.
The
Nah.
show is too episodic in nature.
Exactly.
I would
The only
love for
time
that. to
They
be a
would
thing.
never.
Yeah.
They would never do that. Also, it's a little girl show, so they wouldn't leave the little girls hanging with like,
Right.
Flutter and Rarity ever go to the spa again?
The only
Short
time I can
answer,
see them,
no.
the only time I can see them maybe doing that is in like a 2-parter episode.
Yeah.
One of
Yeah.
the season, the openers or finale. But even then, it's usually like the villain is the main source of conflict,
true.
not any like internal conflict.
That'd be interesting. A season opener or finale without a big bad. That'd
Yeah, it would be awesome, but it's not gonna happen.
Well, I mean-
they need another character to sell toys for. So
Yeah. Closest thing they ever did to that was the finale for season 1. I don't think there's really a villain in that one. Yeah, I
That's
guess-
true, actually.
Guess you could
Season-
count Blue Blood as kind of an antagonist, but no, he was just more a pompous
He was
jerk.
just a douchebag. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was antagonistic, but he wasn't the big bad of the sort.
Yeah,
Of
but
story.
it wasn't.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a two-parter episode. It was just like
Oh yeah, true.
There should be a two-parter where Blue Blood like tries to be the big bad, but he just fails at it because he's so inept.
I would
You
rather
wrote
see
this
that.
one.
I'd
I
love
would rather see that with Trixie, but that's because I'm me.
Yeah,
But
we could. I think we could
Trixie-
basically
Trixie's
add
already-
the phrase. We
Trixie,
could add the phrase. I would rather see that with Trixie to basically everything, and we'll have your opinion on it.
Kind of, yeah. But I mean, that like
Trixie's already
villains.
nice though.
Yeah, villains who are bad at being villains are my favorite kind of villains. The
Oh dear.
the ones who suck at it.
Blue Blood is bad at being Trixie.
Of course, characters being bad at what they're supposed to be doing is basically just my favorite way to write anything.
That should be your next fic, Alex. Blue Blood is bad at a bunch of things.
Blue
You
Blood
kind of
is
wrote that
bad at
already.
things. Dear.
Yeah.
And I think, if I remember correctly, you were going to write it again.
What?
Something, something, sea ponies.
Something sea ponies.
Is that the title?
No.
What? No, I have no
I don't
trouble.
know.
I have
Something
no.
about
I
Blue
am
Blood
very
finding
confused.
a
Oh,
sea
me.
in a water
Yes.
cooler bathtub.
Yeah,
What?
I had an idea where Blue Blood meets a sea pony and it's the worst day of his life.
Interesting.
Because the sea pony has the power to like turn up literally wherever there's water and it just follows him around and freaks him out.
I really hope it shows up like in his glass of water while he's at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Celestial will just be like, oh, Blue Blood, sea ponies don't exist. You should know that.
And there's like a puddle of water next to him, and all of a sudden, boop, it just pops up.
hmm This sounds like an old Looney Tunes cartoon or something.
Yeah, yeah.
It actually does.
You need to write it.
Really write it. Yeah, I do need to write it. I need
Yeah,
to write a
you do.
lot of things.
You
Why
do.
am I even here?
I'll
I
keep
should-
pestering you about them.
You need to pester me more, Raz. You've dropped off on that and disappointed
Well,
me.
I'm sorry.
You need to bother me.
Okay. Alicorn Death Squads, Underground Jousting Ring.
Oh God, I forgot about that one. That's the one where Applejack drunkenly joins an underground jousting circuit, and Rainbow Dash becomes her coach.
And it turns out like the entire main six is a part of it.
That's
whatever reason.
right. I remember you talking about that one. That sounds awesome. I would love to see that. I remember forever ago on like Pony Chan or something, in the IRC, people were talking about an idea where the Apple family was like a mafia.
That's
And-
a bunch of stories, yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
really?
Those.
What the fuck? I've never heard of that before.
Well,
I think
they're
we
not
actually-
like. It's not
Well,
like
you're talking about Pony Chan, so this was a long time ago, obviously.
That is true. This was like 2 years ago.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I probably caught on, and people just started.
But because if I was gonna do that, I'd make them be the mafia. But obviously, since it's me, I'd make them really bad at being mafia types.
yeah, instead of killing them, they just like throw apples at people.
Applejack goes around asking for protection money, and people are like, "Oh, we don't have it right now." She's like, "No, that's fine. It's fine. That's fine. Just don't worry about it. It's okay."
No, it's like, yeah.
She like just brings an apple up on a pear up onto the table and she's like, hey, what?
Yeah,
what-
she goes
she
to
just
like
squished
some
it in front of him.
she goes to like some poor farmer's house and asks for the protection money. And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we can't even feed our family." And she's like, "Oh, hold on." She goes back and gets a whole bunch of apples for him and gives it to him. She'd be a horrible mafioso.
Well, yeah, she'd have to lie.
Exactly.
Yeah, she'd like be in court. And
I want to see her. I want to see her sitting in a big leather chair in a darkened room as a guy walks in, and in like a heavy Southern accent, she's like, "I'm gonna bestow upon you the honor of shit."
Winona's in the corner and she's all sick 'em, and when she just barks and wags her tail.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give y'all an offer y'all can't refuse now.
Instead of waking up with a horse head next to her, or instead of cutting off a horse's head and putting it, I guess it would be another horse's bed. That'd be weird. But she
No,
just, like,
it'd be a.
she bakes them a cake in the shape of a horse's head and puts it in bed.
it would be a human head, and the pudding freaks out just because they have no idea what it is.
What is this thing? They start throwing it around.
Depending on the pony, it can be like a bowling ball.
I was gonna say kids start kicking it around like it's a soccer ball and start playing sports with it.
Yeah, like the pony wouldn't even be freaked out. They'd just be like, "What the hell is this?"
They
would just
wouldn't know
throw
what
it
it
out the
is.
window.
Oh no, Plum died now.
Ah,
Mm.
Oh well. He was British. Nothing of value was lost.
Oh, burn. Take that, Plum.
I really do need to write that jousting story because that's one of my
Yeah.
favorite.
Right?
Yeah,
That's a
you
pretty
should write
awesome
it.
story.
Why am I sitting here talking to you losers? I should be writing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I need to write the Apple family being a bad mafia.
We are kind of done though, right? Because it's like
You need
8:34.
to write Scooter Who Dies a bunch.
Oh Jesus Christ! I need to catch up on that. I am too behind again. But don't worry. Don't worry.
How much time do we have?
Like 15 minutes.
We have about 15 minutes.
Still?
No, I'm all cool with cutting it off. Everyone else is.
Um,
Plum, any objections?
Plum's gone.
That was
He
the
left.
joke,
That's the
Alex.
joke. JPEG.
I got it.
Any questions from the chat?
No.
Anybody?
No. The podcast or the YouTube page does have a question saying, "Do you prefer the term horse words or pony words?"
Horse
Horse
words, of
words,
course.
obviously.
Yeah, obviously
words.
horse words.
Yeah. They're all about they're horses anyways, and not
Exactly.
pony.
They're not ponies. They're horses.
What is a pony?
A better question is, do we prefer rarity or rah-rah? And rah-rah is the correct answer.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with no.
Pray the Egyptian god of the sun, because Sunbud is best bud.
You're right to think about Celestia.
Wasn't Ra like a
Half the human with the
was
head
it like
of
an eagle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God of the sun.
Yeah. Were there even eagles in Egypt? I guess there must
Well,
have
I
been.
guess so, because they image a
Yeah.
god.
Isn't it more a falcon than an eagle?
I guess so. Yeah, it's more of a falcon.
Nah. They've all got peaks.
There should be a fic where like Ra is just sitting around drinking tea or something, and then Celestia just comes and like punches him in the face. He's like, "God of the sun, huh?"
I challenge
Okay.
you. There can only be one. There can only be one ruler of the sun.
Yes.
It's just like a big fight pit of Celestia, Ra, and a bunch of other tribal gods of the
Oh,
sun.
you said Ra, and I thought you said Raz, and I was like, why would she punch Raz in the face?
No.
Well,
But
anyway,
you're talking about like Highlander kind of thing. All
Yeah.
right.
you don't need justification to punch me in the face.
Or-
You just do it.
Or like that Jet Li movie, The One.
I kind of like
Nobody.
that movie.
It had a cool concept, but it was terrible. But like that, so there's a bunch of different Celestias and alternate timelines, and she goes around and has to kill them all to gain all the power for herself. I don't know why, but because.
That makes even less sense when applied to ponies.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was the part that didn't make any sense.
I don't know. It's like, well, some things just don't work with ponies. And unfortunately, a lot of people on FimFic don't realize that.
Well, that is true.
And it helps to make sure that they are ponies in the first place.
I could see like Twilight doing that because she likes magic and being
Okay, well,
powerful.
I could do Twilight. That would work. Twilight killing alternate
like-
versions of herself.
It's like, how do you add more sun to the sun?
Hasn't that kind of been written already?
That's what's gonna happen eventually. It'll turn into a big red giant and then kill everyone.
Yeah, okay. That's Celestia's goal, is to get really fat and just explode.
And just murder everybody. Yeah. Basically, the sun wants to kill us. It's just taking a really long time to do it.
Mm-hmm. Everyone knows that oxygen is the most deadliest poison. It just takes like 80 years to kill you.
Hey, free radicals, man.
Yeah.
Well, whatever gets you high.
Exactly. Okay, I guess we're done.
Best podcast ever.
Was it though?
Yes.
Well,
it was.
well,
Chono
yeah,
had a
Raze is
question.
here.
Oh, hang on. Chono has a question.
God damn it.
If you could be a tree, what kind of tree would it be?
an apple tree so I could feel the gentle caress of Applejack's hooves upon my rough bark.
Gentle.
Hey, who knows what she gets up to in that orchard when she's bored?
She kicks things really hard.
She already tells her trees bedtime stories. I mean,
Right. Bloomberg. But she also killed that tree by supplanting it.
I don't know. Earth Pretty Magic probably stops that.
Fair enough.
Raised hasn't said anything in a while.
What tree would you be raised?
A tree? Oh,
Yeah.
boy. I don't know. I'd be the giving tree because why not?
So
But-
you
I mean,
would
I-
actually die?
I could. I mean,
Well,
I could
we're all
be
in
like
trouble.
that tree in the middle of nowhere that drunk guy ran into.
Oh
What
yeah,
was
that's
that?
that one that's like one of the oldest trees in existence.
Yeah, it was in the middle of nowhere, and someone managed to hit it with a car.
Like literally the only
What?
thing in the entire land. Like it's just flat expansive everywhere, and then there's just the tree surrounded by a
And he
fence,
hits the tree.
and he runs through the fence and hits the tree.
What the fuck?
He was drunk, so that's
Oh,
why.
well, it's perfectly acceptable then. I think I would be I want to be a cherry tree, so that way I could be the stereotypical setting of every anime ever.
Timberwolves are trees, right?
Sort of.
They're like,
Okay,
made
I'll like
of
one of those 'cause I can move around.
they're more of
That's cheating.
No.
Oh wait, Chono. Oh, his question he was talking about was the horse words or pony words. That was that question. Never mind. So we answered both of his stupid questions. I hope
Yes.
you're happy, Chono. We answered your stupid questions.
And now this podcast is running on for stupidly long.
Okay, in that case, we're gonna head out.
We're
Roz,
gonna head out.
not Roz, Raised. Give us something to go out on.